Happy New Year's, everyone. This is Dr. Juan Vilas Morales. I am the president of the Council of Native Caribbean Heritage, and I would like to share with you three projects that we collaborated with the Academic Council for Lokono-Ajian. First and foremost, what we did was we set up three apiary projects. It was a collaboration, again, between the Academic Council for Lokono-Ajian and the Council of Native Caribbean Heritage. And here goes. We also worked with Sweet Naturals Apiary, with Sato, Sadiq, and Bachan. And we will go ahead and share what we have done. So first and foremost, the funding was provided by the Council of Native Caribbean Heritage, hereby known as the C.O.N.C.H. And what we did was we set up the first apiary in the property of Elder Aaron Dundas in Pakuri. And then from there, since we saw that the project went so well, we expanded it and moved on to Wakapau and then later to Moroccobai. And here goes. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Well, here goes. So first, like I said earlier, we started on working on the project in Elder Aaron Dundas property in Pakuri. And here is Aaron with his beekeeper suit. This is Sato, and this is the first harvest of honey that Elder Aaron was able to set. And this is Aaron proudly wearing his Lokono feather headdress and proud of his Lokono heritage. I must add, it was a pleasure working with Elder Aaron. He has a great love for his culture, his language, and when I first met him, he was willing to share the wealth of knowledge that he had. He was very open. And one thing I noticed that when I went to Guyana, I first went there in November of 23, I heard the same thing again and again, and that is that many academics would go to enter the villages, get information, make promises, and disappear, and nothing really changed. I wanted to do something different. Hearing these stories, not only did I want to help them revitalize their language, but I also wanted to teach them a skill that they could go ahead and be able to make some money and make a living off of, at least partially. And hence this concept came to fruition. So Aaron was the first. He was willing to learn, and he did great. And I'm just excited. And he was the reason we were able to expand and move on to other areas. So with further ado, let me show you some pictures. Here is a video actually of the beehives, the first beehives being transported to Pakuri, to Aaron's property. You can see the bees were packed away, and they were anxious to get out. And these are Africanized bees, by the way, so it'll be a lot of trouble if they got out prematurely. Look at this beautiful river. Amazing. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but a nice video's worth a million. So that is one video of the bees being transported. And then we have a video here of actually Aaron harvesting his fourth
Yes, here we are in
harvest.
Pakuri with Uncle Aaron on his fourth honey harvest.
Our plan is...
How the honey looking now, Uncle Aaron? Like liquid gold?
So you can see there's a filter, like a sieve that the honey is pushed through to help filter it. Our goal is to get the cylinders and be able to put the slats in the cylinders and spin them in the future. That's another project we're working on to get funding for. And then we have a bee here in a honeycomb. You can see up close how it looks. And this here is actually the group in Pakuri harvesting a wild hive that actually was in danger of collapsing. Actually, this hive had no queen. The queen had left with probably half of the hive, and the remaining hive stayed with no queen. And it was just would be a matter of time before that hive would have died. So we were able to introduce a queen to them and capture them and have them raised in Aaron's property. So here goes.
Here we are in Pakuri trying to capture a swarm. Yes, the swarm is in the box.
You want to make a check again?
You don't need to I was in a hive inside here. You don't need to measure and start to this from the cover. Yeah. They seem Africanized bees, but what happened? You see, they're enough food stored up, right?
As you heard, they are Africanized bees. So harvesting Africanized bees without any training can be very dangerous, if not life-threatening. And in the past, since the bees have become Africanized, they were very difficult to harvest the honey. So that would entail actually burning the tree down and killing the hive to extract the honey. But we have since taught that beekeeping can be a lucrative job that people can go ahead and work with the honey bees and preserve them, and also provide benefits not only from the honey but also from the bees pollinating crops and providing a larger harvest. Here's another set of pictures for you guys.
Yes, here we are.
Here is Aaron, Elder Aaron, and his family and friends receiving a lecture, if you will, from the apiary for them to go ahead and learn the beekeeping. Then we have here the wood cutting to build the beehives, and we provide each group with a wood saw so that they can cut the wood easily and not have to do it by hand with a saw. So it makes the job a lot easier, and they can produce a lot of the beehives quickly. So this is Sato teaching how to cut the wood to make the slats. And here's a picture of Sato and Sadiq and teaching on the principles of beekeeping in Pakuri, teaching Elder Aaron. Let's move on. So then the second grant that we set up that was obtained by the Academic Council for Lokono-Ajian was to set up a team of apiculturists in Wakapao, and to go ahead and train the individuals. And again, we also provided a table saw. We did the training. We also transported the bees. We taught them how to isolate the queen, and we have pictures to show everyone. So here we go. Next slide over here. Bear with me. And you can see this is the beehives, the wooden beehives, and they were transported. We had 2 mature beehives transported that were already set up, so that we could get started. And also we built multiple beehives with the goal of capturing local wild honeybees, and we were successful in doing so. So these again are the beehives, and again teaching others how to make them. And here, oops, I went ahead of myself. Let me back up a little bit. Oop. Well, I don't know what happened here. And, well, I skipped the other one. The other one was pretty much, it's not allowing me to go back, but it was just a same picture of different angle of the beehives in Wakapao that we were able to set up. So these are actual beehives that we set up there. I wanted also to draw your attention to a picture of an Africanized bee, and this is a European honeybee. The European honeybees are much more tamer. They're not as aggressive. The Africanized bees are much more aggressive and will attack and swarm and can cause death. Here is a structure near the school in Wakapao that had actually 2 hives that were had to be removed. I'll get that on the next slide here. And here is the hives being transported to Wakapao, another picture on the river. Here's a honeybee. And here is more teaching on how to build the hives in Wakapao. And here is Elder Ivan Cornelius, who helped set that up. We are in much gratitude for his assistance. And here's a video. This is a treat of actually a hive being removed from a structure where it should have not been. And
Yeah,
then
and they're
there you go, being transported to a artificial hive. All right. So that was interesting. There were actually two hives, one on one side and one on the other, of wild honeybees setting up a hive that were removed and were placed in artificial hives um, for the project. The next grant went to setting up a apiary in Morocco. This is a team, and when we arrived, we met with Derek John, who's here. This is me. And we met with Derek John and the village council, and they provided a very warm welcome and were very receptive to setting up the beehives in Morocco. So here's some more pictures of what we did. And here are the beekeeping suits being worn while handling the mature bees that were brought in. This here is a clip that contains inside the queen. That was part of the teaching of how to identify and isolate the queen, because once you capture the queen, you actually capture the hive. The hive will follow the queen. And here are some pictures of building the wooden beehives by individuals in Morocco. And here is, since they brought a mature hive, they were able to teach how to harvest the honey. And here's a video.
Looking clean.
Look at that. Wow. All right, that was a pretty interesting video teaching how the beehives, how the honey is harvested. All right. And here is another picture demonstrating individuals learning. Here's the wood that was brought in. Here are some of the actual hives that were built in, and we also brought a table saw for them as well. And here are some of the slats from the mature hive. They were able to learn how to harvest the honey. Here's more pictures of, you could see they were building a lot of slats and getting the set up ready for the bees. There were quite a few, I heard, wild honeybee hives that they were able to capture. And here's more of the building the hive, wooden hives. And here I leave you with a video.
Yes. Yang bisa di belakang. Nah itu. Tuh. Sikat dulu. Sikat dulu. Ini satu buku.
And let's go to the next one here. I could get it. Okay. So we were able to set up a apiary at Elder Aaron Dundas' home in Pakuri. We were also able to set up an apiary in Wakapau and Maracaibo. We hope to set up future apiaries in Bethany, Kapui, Mashabo, Oreala, Siparuta, Santa Aratac, and many more. Not only Lokono villages, but other indigenous communities. We hope to assist in learning this important vocation that can be helpful not only to the community, but also to the environment, as bees are threatened in many locations around the world. And also, without further ado, we would like to give thanks to Tashal Derek John and the Maracaibo Village Council. And Tashal John also is part of the National Tashal's Council and was informed of all the activities we were doing and provided guidance. We want to thank him. We also want to thank Tashal Andre Mohavir and the Wakapau Village Council. I would also like to send a gratitude to former Tashal Timothy Andrews of Pakuri, who worked with us in the beginning and provided us with the permission to set up the apiary in Aaron Dundas's home. We will also like to give a heartfelt thank you to Sweet Naturals Apiary, Sato, Sadiq, and Bachan. They were so helpful, so willing to teach, share the knowledge, the wisdom that they have. We're just indebted, and we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping us. And I would like to send a thank you to Elder Aaron Dundas, Elder Ivan Cornelius, and Skida Samantha Thomas. They were very instrumental in setting this up, and I just want to thank you for your help. So we look forward to moving forward and setting up more apiaries and also revitalizing the language. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.